Today's edition of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast is sponsored by the Lawntrepreneur Academy, where 6 new resources are now available to help you make even more money this year. Invest in your future. Invest in yourself at thelawntrepreneur.academy.com.
You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no-nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton, here, hanging with you guys. Today, we're going to be talking a little bit more about an exciting event and opportunity that we got going on, and hopefully get to involve a bunch of you guys with, which is going to be really, really exciting. We are doing the second annual Green Industry Hype House, and that is starting here this upcoming Saturday through the following Saturday. So I'm actually joined here with my beautiful wifey for lifey, who's going to help me kind of go through some of the details and let you guys know what's going on. So, babe, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey, thanks.
You doing good?
Great.
Awesome. You actually have a baby on your...
I have our baby strapped.
Yeah, she is like literally bouncing up and down. You're bouncing up and down. This is what happens. Like, it's totally different life now. Like, we have the baby and we're doing our best to keep it all together. Baby's drooling. Baby's got... here's your burp cloth. Well, not yours. That's for the baby.
Thanks for the clarification.
So the Green Industry Hype House, we are putting this together, co-hosting it with the Almonds. We're self-funding it. It's going to be a mix of a little vacation for some of us that are coming down to just enjoy some, weather in Florida. But while we're there, the wheels were really spinning to get some content together, to cross-collaborate, to make some content for podcasts, YouTube videos, and kind of gear up for the spring to start making some content to help people grow their successful businesses. So, babe, the Green Industry Hype House, what's your perspective on it, and what can these guys expect?
I think it's a really cool event that it's self-funded this year, which is cool. The Hardscape Academy and Lawntrepreneur Academy are putting it on this year. And the whole idea came about, we all go to GIE and these different events and things but they all have a purpose behind them that you're there for. And if you get to collab on the side, cool. It's like a bonus. This house is just specific for collabs, which is neat. And it gives us a really good opportunity to get together, put together some really good, valuable content, like X's and O's. And, it's not just boring day in the life, cutting tall grass, whatever. It's actually value-driven content, which is cool. And when you get an opportunity to have this many people and this many creators in the house together, like in one spot, I think it's really awesome. And then Saturday, we're doing a meetup. Armature Works in Tampa, Florida.
Yeah.
If you're in the area. Saturday, I believe it starts at 1 or 2.
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock?
Yep.
And goes until about 5.
Yeah, so real time, some dates on the calendar. Like literally, we're shooting this in late January of 2022, the beginning of the new year. So the Hype House is in Tampa, kind of at an undisclosed location, just to keep it off the radar. We don't want a bunch of people showing up to the house, respectfully. But that's why we're doing the meetup on Saturdays, because we do want to get together and hang out with people. Just during the week, we're all just trying to collaborate, create content. It's really hard to have a bunch of people in and out. So the dates are the 29th Saturday, all the way through the 4th Friday is when we're going to be basically at the Hype House. And then Saturday, we're all meeting at Armature Works Park in Tampa, which, by the way, Liz, we were all there last year. Beautiful area.
It's so cool. It was such a neat little area. There's tons of different food options in a part of Armature Works. We meet outside by the checkerboard?
Yeah.
Or chessboard? Whatever.
Yeah, over there by the bay.
Yeah. And we have a whole graphic on Instagram if you follow us or anybody else is going to be a part of the house that we'll be posting throughout the week. We also have live streams happening every single night with at least 3 different content creators on different topics that you can submit questions to, like marketing, employee retention, numbers,
Yeah. Well, I'll go through the list here really quick. If you guys want to join on Sunday night, we're going to be talking equipment, live streaming on YouTube with B&B Lawn Care and then Almond, Caleb and Brittany Almond on their channels. If I'm not mistaken, reading this, babe, you put this together.
I think some of that has changed.
It's gonna flip flop a little bit.
It's gonna flip flop a little bit, but the themes are the same no matter what.
No matter which podcast or not podcast, but YouTube channel we're gonna be on might change a little bit. But watch on Instagram real time and the following YouTube channel before. But we're gonna be talking numbers with Fullerton, Mulder, and Signature Lawn and Landscape. We're gonna be talking with marketing with Paul Jameson, Christian CNI Services, and Trifecta Lawn Care with Alex Kirby. Wednesday, growth with Naylor and John Pajak and Sean Spencer. Thursdays, employees with Jason Creel, Jeremiah Jennings, and John Pajak. Friday is actually off. There's no content for Friday night. And then Saturday is the meetup. So we're super excited about doing these live streams. And you guys will be able to watch real time on YouTube and then also, like Liz was saying, on Instagram Live. So the idea is to just honestly, guys, just create content. It's literally a time where we all get our head in the game. We all get focused. We start thinking spring. Believe it or not, as this event is going on, most of us are about 6 weeks out to spring. I was actually just talking to my friend Mike Bedell. We were plowing.
Hallelujah.
I know, right? I was just talking to Bedell the other day, and I said, dude, can you believe that winter's 2/3 over? And we both got a good chuckle out of it because you kind of have winter of December, January, and February. And then March is kind of that fork in the road. It could be, 30 degrees and just balmy, or it can start going to 40, 50s, and 60s up here in Michigan. You never know what you're going to get. But we're super excited about the Green Industry Hype House this year, adding more valuable content than ever. It's not a, hey, look at all of us as social media influencers and how successful we are. That's not what the Hype House is. And frankly, that's dumb. That's dorky. Even my baby doesn't like that. We're not a bunch of TikToker, Hype House folks. We're a bunch of content creators, and nobody's better than anybody. Nobody's, more successful than anybody or anything like that. It's just, hey, people who have a social media following that are getting together that are trying to, like Liz and I were saying, create content. First off, big shout out to the Hardscape Academy and also Launchpreneur Academy for sponsoring this whole thing. We had Element sponsor it last year. There's a little bit of juggling back and forth with some sponsors this year. It was actually funded, then it was actually funded again. And then we just realized that we can take the gloves off if we self-fund it. Long story short. And there's more of an opportunity for us to say what we want to say.
Our voices, not that like companies are like,
sometimes they can be.
Sometimes they can be, sometimes they can't be, but just to not have like
the obligations.
Yeah, obligations, or there's always a MO behind
sure
these things. A company is sponsoring an event for a little bit. They want to get
a return on it.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing is in the whole YouTube world, it's like in the beginning you want to you're just hustling, then eventually you want to get sponsored and get money and make money or do something like that or get free equipment, and then the longer you've been doing it, you're like, I don't really need any of that.
Yeah. And it's kind of like for the community, by the community, which I like.
100. I love what you just said there. For the community, by the community. That's a fact. By the way, and that's a huge shout out and thank you to all of you guys that have, out of the abundance, allowed us to purchase this whole home for the week, to rent, I should say, for the week, not purchase.
I wish.
I wish. We're not doing that good. But to rent the home for the week, because out of the abundance of Launchpreneur Academy and for real, the Hardscape Academy, that's where we're coming to bat with this thing to be able to rent this whole house out, fly a bunch of people down, be able to host a bunch of people, pay for food, the whole deal. That was kind of the goal and our mission behind it, was to just be able to bring everybody into one environment and not have any distractions, to be able to create as much content as possible. Just going through the schedule here again, if you guys wanted to know who is going to be coming to the house, let me run through this list here really quick. Liz is actually wrestling with the baby. Hey, so you doing good over there?
Story of my life. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
There we go.
So this might be a short and sweet episode, the shortest episode ever. But again, Caleb and Brady Allman, you can find them at Allman Landscape LLC on Instagram and on Allman YouTube channel. Also, Kid Contractor Podcast. Paul Jameson, when he goes live or shares content, it'll be on YouTube at the Green Industry Podcast. And then also, I think Paul Jameson is on YouTube. And then his podcast is Green Industry Podcast. Naylor, LCR Rookie for YouTube and LCR Podcast. Blake Albertson, B&B Lawn Care on YouTube. And I think he's got the B&B Lawn Care Podcast, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's Emmy doing over there?
She's excited.
She's excited. She is actually jumping up and down. Hey, everybody who said out there, when you guys have kids, everything changes. Boy, you ain't right. You ain't wrong there. We're just blink if you're in trouble. Blink if you're in trouble.
We're blinking. In case anybody's wondering.
We wouldn't change anything right now. It's a lot to juggle, but it's fun. Jason and Tracy Creel. Mm-hmm. Jason, I love them.
I love them. I'm just so excited.
Side shout out to Jason and Tracy Creel.
Brittany Allman cried when Tracy left last year.
Really?
She's such a sweet. It was the same
when
thing
Jason
when
left or Tracy left?
When Tracy left.
Oh.
Jason's cool too, but
I was like, why would Jason?
It was the same thing with my first GIE. She came up to me and it was this welcoming,
patriarch,
just wholesome,
matriarch, mother
person. Yeah. And she's not that much older than I
no.
we are, but
no.
She's just so, I don't know.
Caring,
There's something
kind.
special about them. Yeah.
Yeah, they have a good spirit about them. Lawn Care Life on YouTube, and then I think Lawn Care Life is his website as well. If you guys need fertilizer training programs, check those out. John Pajak, you guys know and love John. He's on Instagram at John Pajak, Pajak. Andy Mulder, he's at Mulder Outdoors. He's going to be doing live stream. A lot of folks, hardscape, world and field love know Andy, and great guy with numbers, talking business. Very successful, very profitable gentleman as well. John Signature.
I don't know.
Maybe it's John Siegs. Siegs is signatures.
I made this whole social media roster for everybody to use. I can't pronounce.
John, if you listen to this, I apologize. I'll send you a 20 spot. But I'm really excited to get to check out and get to know John more. The Almonds were saying, hey, you got to bring John on down. We were like, sure, let's rock and roll. So his Instagram is Signature Landscapes Corp, which sounds very exciting.
Much more professional.
Much more professional than Brian's Lawn Maintenance.
Brian Lawn Maintenance.
Foot cut your grass, son. Christian Schlagel. Nobody knows how to say his last name.
I just know him as Candy Pizza.
Yeah, Candy Pizza. That's what we call him. C&I. We shared a slice of pizza. His logo is C&I, and I'm like, that's all. It just gets baked in your brain.
Candy Pizza.
Candy
Forever.
Pizza. That's what we call him. It'd be interesting, pizza with candy on it, if you thought about it. Like,
there's breakfast pizza.
I love breakfast pizza.
We've made your sister-in-law, or my sister-in-law, I don't know why I said yours, Sarah, with the fruit pizza. That's good.
Yeah, that was disgusting. Talking about
it's really good. It's on a cookie.
For you. Oh, I do know.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah, I mean, so go back and forth. Come on, focus, everybody. Let's keep it on point. Candy CNI Services LLC, and then also CNI Services LLC on YouTube, and then AJ and Alicia Brentzel, the Brex Enterprises. They are the
they're like the most legit.
40, 50 person company. Did like 8 to 12 million. They do a lot with excavation work for the oils and natural gas businesses and industry, so laying pipelines and all that kind of stuff. They're rough and gruff, man. They're AJ is Allie's just a beautiful flower out there, right?
Right. Have you seen her cows on Instagram? They're like the fluffy cows, with the long hair. They're so cute. They have like a whole Instagram account. I put it on there for like their farm. It's so cool.
Brex Enterprises on Instagram, Miss Brentzel, Iron Hawk Farm. And then I think he's the dancing
dirt
ninja or monkey or something.
Yeah.
Dancing dirt man.
I don't know if he wants everybody to follow him there, though, so I only included.
Oh, okay. Well, it only went out to 2,500 people, which is funny. So that's the point. All of these guys, give them a follow.
Sponsors.
Oh, yeah. Well, you didn't add this. Well, because they were the last minute ad.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. There's another page. Jeremiah Jennings.
Yep.
Jay Jennings, 45. And then Growing Green Landscapes podcast. These are all people you guys should follow really quick here if you aren't already. Sean and Savannah Spencer, because they were on page 2. Mm-hmm. Sean and Savannah Spencer, page 2.
The very, very, very bottom are my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Spencer's Lawn Care on YouTube and then also on Instagram. Trifecta Lawn Care is coming down. Alex Kirby, they're going to be helping us out as well on Instagram. And then the Down to Business podcast. And then last but not least, Brian and Liz Fullerton.
Yeah, those yahoos. You don't need to follow them.
You can follow them on YouTube, Instagram, podcast, and then also follow Liz on Instagram at Elizabeth Fullerton, and then also Fullerton Party of 2, which is going to be quickly changing its name, but we're not going to announce that just yet, but we might change the name in the next day or two. Are we doing that? We still got to figure that out. Dude, we've been going so hard so fast. So this episode is jam-packed with excitement. Be there. Yeah, this will be just a short and sweet fun Friday episode, but the reason is we want to get the word out. So again, last couple years before, she's riding your leg like a cowboy. She's having some fun.
It's hilarious. Teddy's behind you. So
everybody's jamming. Friday night at the Fullerton household over here.
Thursday, but okay.
Is it Thursday?
It's definitely still Thursday.
I plowed snow on Sunday and Monday, and on Monday I was calling everybody, hey, today's Tuesday, and you're like, it's not Tuesday. It's definitely Monday.
And we stopped sleeping about Monday, Tuesday too.
Yeah,
so.
She's been doing the sleep regression.
She's doing great. And then
it's
been what's happening. So the high pause, it's going to be awesome.
What's your big takeaway? What are you looking forward to?
I'm a girls girl
gang.
I'm a girl's girl.
You're
there's
gang of girls.
There's girls that like are like one of the boys. I'm not. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
So like I always look forward to getting together with the wives.
Sure.
And this is one of the only environments where you get together and it's just slow. So
Yeah.
a lot of really good conversation happens. We do podcasts together while we do facials and hair and nails. It's just so much fun for me. I didn't have any sisters, so this is as close as I get to like being in a sorority or having sisters.
Well, the guys are doing that too, by the way. Facials.
You and Caleb
no.
have matching pajamas.
That was not planned.
It definitely was planned
Not by
Brittany
me.
and me.
Yeah, not by Caleb and I.
I can't wait. So look out on Instagram.
I don't know why that's a thing even, but I digress.
It's just the overall sense of community. Like these are like working in the space. Like you don't really have coworkers as a business owner. You have like your employees, but it's not really necessarily the same thing. So in doing social media too, it's usually just you.
Right.
So this is as close as we get to having like coworkers and like kind of just a collaborative effort. There's like always just a fun spirit about it.
Yeah, and I think it's a great time for us to kind of get away from all of our businesses and all the drama of life and family and everything that's going on. Come on down and just pour out the best we can. And what we kind of do is like recharge content for spring. It's a great opportunity for us to create a bunch of content to basically fill the pipeline for a month or two in the spring for YouTube and then also for Instagram.
Yeah, that's like one of the whole big ideas behind it. Like I said, going back to when we first started this podcast, was we wanted an opportunity to create quality content in a non-rushed environment that can sustain us through spring.
Yep.
So that we can sow back into the community with actual value-driven ideas and videos and podcasts where we actually have time to kind of like breathe for a second before, otherwise in the spring, it's kind of like you're just sloughing off whatever you can, to be honest.
Yeah. And it's also hard to get like Andy Mulder in person. It's also hard to get, John Seeg's signature landscape. I don't know where John is. I've never met John, but that's the point.
You can always like call on a phone, but like talking on a phone is different than podcasts in person. I'm sure you guys as listeners have,
live interviews are way better.
Live interviews are always way better because there's just a
back and forth, some camaraderie, some good chemistry.
Yeah,
you looking for that? Yeah. So you're just waving at me. Wait, are you blessing me?
I a lot, and it doesn't translate.
It's like Ash Wednesday over here. Liz is blessing me. Stop.
Sorry,
we sound so tolerant between now you just offended our Catholic friends. Last week it was the LDS friends.
That was you.
That's true.
That was you and all of our friends in Chile.
Chile. It's how you say it, bro.
Chile.
Mr. Producer sends us
Chile. Sorry, I'm getting the look.
What are you doing again? This is exactly... Oh, we should call it the Bring It Back podcast, where you bring it back full circle. Like, bring it back. Bring it back a dodo bottom map. I don't even want to tell folks what you're doing right now with the baby. That's how the first baby was made. Okay. All right. So any which way, Green Industry Hype House. It's going to be an exciting week. And then on February, let me just check my phone. I'm pretty sure it's February 5th. That is going to be the meetup at Armature Works Park. Shout out to Toro. They're giving away 2 push mowers. I believe it's the 60 volt battery powered push mowers. We gave one to TB's Lawn Care down in Tampa Bay, maybe TB's Lawn Care. And then we gave one to Kibler Lawn Care, Bronson and Carey, who I think have now moved back to actually Atlanta, Georgia, and they're like Whitetail Lawn Care, something like that. New logo for them. But those are the 2 folks that won it there, and they're both local folks, which is great because we ain't hauling that thing around or mailing it back.
We also have Red Marks. Rad Marks is giving... Red Marks.
Good call. On our live stream, we're going to be giving away a brand new Red Max. Red Max EBZ 50. Nope. X Mark and Red Max. That would actually be a pretty dope collaboration.
They're both red. Easy.
It'd be a really easy collaboration. It's a Red Max 8560 is a new leaf blower. That's they keep modifying it and making it a little bit better. So if you guys know the 8500 series blower, the 8560 is their brand new addition since Expo. And I think we are like one of the first couple people to get one. So we actually have 2. We're going to be demoing one on the channel. And then I said, what's the rule, babe?
Buy 2.
Well, I mean, if we get something.
Get one to give one.
Yeah. There were a lot of rules in life. So anytime
I'm blinking, everybody.
Listen, no. It's just I get so frustrated in life. Like when I don't know if you guys can relate. We'll go to McDonald's. I'll get a 10-piece nugget meal. Hey, babe, do you want one? No. I get home. She ends up eating like 4 of my nuggets and half of my Coke. And I'm like, why are you drinking my pop? Why are you drinking eating my nuggets? And he goes, well, I'm a little hungry now. Weren't you hungry 8 minutes ago? No, but when I get home and those nuggets smell pretty good. So now I have a rule. Like anytime I go out and about, I buy 2. Like if it's a pizza and I'll bring like a hot ready home, Liz is like, where's mine? And I'm like,
we don't need a whole pizza.
Maybe not a whole pizza, but like there's a lot of examples where I buy something. And so the rule is now buy 2. And it's not, like snacks or treats or smoothies or coffees or donuts. It's just like, get your own. What's that?
Blowers.
Well, so that's the thing too. With all the content we've made it from the beginning. If you guys have been with us for a minute, this episode maybe a little loopy. But I've said on every podcast, if we ever get something, we always try to get 2 so we can give another one away. I've been trying to do that one with the mower brands. A little bit hard to do that. They're like, hey, you're lucky to get this, buddy. I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. But we do give away push mowers and that whole trailer set up to Blake and Alicia. That was some friends of ours. We surprised them, new homeowners and young couple. And we took them to Weingarts and gave them a little shopping spree for $1,500. So we do try to pay it forward. So when Bread Max said, hey, we'll give you a leaf blower, I said, here's the rule. You got to give me 2, one for us to use, one for us to give away. They said, sure. Actually, and I don't want to overlook that. Very generous of them. $600 leaf blower, whatever it is. So on our live stream, don't miss it. Brian's Law Maintenance on YouTube. There's a chance to win a $600 Red Max 8560, and the stats on it is over 1,000 CFM, and I think like 225 plus miles per hour, which is insane. You were looking at me for something? You good?
No.
All right, cool. You want to make another baby over here? Is that the eyes I'm getting now? That's not the eyes I'm getting. Your eyes are twitching, but I think that's because
I'm sleep deprived.
It's because you haven't slept in 2 weeks, more like 5 months. But anyway, new babies are tough, man. Babies are a lot. Did you overrate or underestimate? I should say.
Nobody can prepare you
for a baby.
Nobody, and I hate the people that are like, "Oh, your life is over. Oh, well, welcome to the suck world" or whatever. That just talk about it so negative. Like, yeah, you don't sleep and like stuff. It gets harder, but man, it's so fun.
She's so much fun to play with.
It's so fun. We started food this week, and it has just been.
Yeah, we're doing.
Except she pooped 3 times today.
Which is great though, because she hadn't pooped for like 2 days.
Yeah.
So once every 3 days or 3 times in 1 day. That's the the parameters, just so you guys know. So, okay, so Green Industry Hype House, Armature Works Park. Come on, meet up. Please come say hey. It'll be a really good time. Nobody's a highbrow. Nobody's fancier than they are. We'll all be there from about 1 to 3, 1 to 4 p.m., maybe for 2-3 hours, kind of hanging out. It'll be a really good time. Last year we did it on a Friday afternoon, and then literally, sometimes you just don't know what you don't know. We all went there, and there was about 40, 50 people that showed up. But everybody said, man, like I had to take a half a day of work, mowing grass. And we're like,
so many more people wanted to come, but they couldn't because obviously they're working.
Yeah. So if you guys are within an hour, 2-3 hours, if you're in Florida, come over and say hey at Armature Works Tampa. Maybe come in the night before, come hang out all day Saturday, and then drive home, or come up on Saturday, hang out all day, and then spend the night in the city with you and your girl, and then drive home on Sunday. Just make it a fun day.
We talk about.
God,
I sound really.
You're at 0. We talk about
a lot about association, and throughout the winter, like things get sludgy and slow and whatever else. Like this is a really easy, laid back opportunity to come and associate with some other people in the industry, without like any pressure of like getting to see all this different stuff at GIE or whatever else. So,
well, and it's a good time, like you said, to pick the brains of these people in like a small environment.
Yeah.
So if you want to go meet Andy Mulder, who's doing $1 million, and can put his hand probably on 6 figures cash, and he's debt free. That's a good person to come pick his brain and say, hey, how did you get this thing going to where it is? And how are you doing what you're doing? And he's got it going on. And then same thing with the Almonds or the Spencers or, maybe you got questions on YouTube or social media. You can always meet up with those folks and get their opinion. So I'm not here to sell it on you guys. If you want to come check it out, awesome. If not, absolutely no big deal. But just a quick rundown again. Stick to YouTube and Instagram, both on stories and on the live streams. You're going to be able to follow along real time and watch a live stream once per night on YouTube. And then we'll tell you which channel we're going to be hopping to next as we go through YouTube, night to night, from B&B to Spencer to ours, and so on and so forth. So So stick around to Instagram stories and Instagram live streams, and you'll be able to get the debrief about where we're going to be next. So, babe, Emmy's getting a little fussy. You're on zero sleep as well. So I think we're going to shut this thing down. And there's a quick short and sweet about the green industry.
Wow, our shortest episode.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much. Anything you want to leave these guys? But if not, we'll bot it out.
No, I hope to see those of you who make it in Tampa, and then, yeah.
All right, cool deal, guys. Well, this is real time. This is what we're going to do. We're going to sign off right here and stick to Instagram and YouTube, and come join us for some free content and some great time hanging out on social media. So over and out from the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. We look forward to catching up with you guys here on the next one.
We are stoked about the 6 brand new resources that we have just for you at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. I'm Mr. Producer, and Brian has been working hard to make sure the resources you've been requesting are now available for download. We have the landscaping bid form and estimate sheet,
This is going to be huge. I'm so excited about making this available to our landscaping friends.
the customer cancellation of service letter,
Canceling customers and pruning your business is one of the most important things you can do.
the subcontractor agreement form,
If you guys are hiring subcontractors, use a subcontractor agreement.
the change of order landscaping form,
There's not a landscape job you do where something doesn't change. They want to add lighting, they want to change plants, they want to change things around.
the employment application form,
Now we have that at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. It's $30. Every person you bring into your organization needs to fill out the employee application.
the employment handbook and company guidelines.
When we hire new people, they are going to get an employee handbook, they're going to sign off on it, and it's just another way to CYA.
Get instant access to these 6 new resources plus 30 more at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com.
All these documents are downloadable, editable, and you can customize them to your business.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.